Okay. Hello, Ceci.
Hello, Martin.
Hello. This is the your technical interview, and the first question it's about algorithms and data structure. Do you know how to implement and stack using a queue?
Uh, yeah, sure. A stack is, let me just explain. A stack is a linear data structure that follows the LIFO principle. That means that the element inserted first will be removed last. And on the other hand, the queue is a linear data structure that follows the FIFO principle. And that means that the added element will be removed first. But now we can think about how to implement the stack using a queue. So there are two ways, like two approaches to achieve this. And the first one is that we can make the push operation costly. And the second, we can make the pop operation costly. So the push one is to add and the pop for removing.
Okay. Okay. The second question is which data structure should be used for implementing LRU cache?
Um, okay, so to implement an LRU cache, we can use two data structures, for example, a hash map and a double linked list. So in the case of the double linked list, that helps in maintaining the big shop, like the order and that the order stuff, and the hash map helps with the O of one complexity, when it's constant, and lookup of cached keys.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, and then the coding challenge.
Oh my god. Okay. Um, Let me just case sorted list is this one. So merge case sorted list. You are given an array of k linked list. Let me just read a second this. Okay. Each linked list is sorted in ascending order. Merge all the linked lists into one sorted linked list and return it. Okay, can you give me a second to think? Um,
Yes.
okay, so I'm gonna have pass an array to the as a parameter, like it will receive that argument, and then the k linked list will become a list, and each linked list will be sorted in ascending order, and they want me to return the sorted linked list. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me just try one up solution. Um, um, I wanna first check the length, like if it's equal to 0. Mm, did I write length correctly? Let me just return. No. Let me see. Length is the um. Okay. Now I can make a while. Just see if there is anything inside of the list. So um, it will be while the the list dot length. So the length is greater than 1. Okay, so in that case, here we have to put all the action. Let me just declare the variables. Let a equal to list dot, oh, sorry, it has to be lowercase, list dot shift, and the shift, it will just remove the first element in the array, uh, just to be do some explanation. And then we have another variable and list the same. Um, and I was thinking I can um, do a constant called merge. And here I pass a function, but I'm going to implement this function after, like, sorry. Well, okay, let me just call the function um, merge array. How many minutes do I have to do this? Um,
3 minutes.
what? Oh my God, 3 minutes? Seriously?
Yes, check the questionnaire.
Oh, okay. Let me just. Oh, no, going
Ah,
down.
30 minutes.
Oh my God, just scare
Okay,
me.
30 minutes.
Don't scare me. Okay. Um, um,
Sorry.
um, okay. Okay. So
Time's up.
please. Oh my God. I'm gonna push this. Okay. So I call the merge there, and okay. So then I'm gonna go outside the loop and return the first element of the list. So to the
Mhm.
return, um, I'm just gonna say list uh, zero. Let me just, oh, what happened there? Zero. Okay, so index zero, that will be the first. And now I have to think about the here, the one that I'm passing here. So in that case, I'm just gonna declare the function. Um, Let me just merge array. Um, Actually, it's in plural, right? So it has two arguments, and let me just pass it here like this. And red. Um, um, Let me just say node. Um, it will be new uh, list node. Mm, yeah. Okay, so let me just declare another extra variable so we can have like the current element equal to that node. Um, Node. Okay, so now I want that a loop, but it only runs if no, not if, while A and B are true. So let me just say and key, they both have to be true. Um, okay, so and now I'm gonna check the values of this A and B. So if the value of A is less than the value of B, let me say val, and if this is less than the b dot val. Okay, so in that case, the current will have to be sorry, the current dot next is gonna be equal to a. Yeah. Just so current dot next is gonna be equal to a, and a will just be a dot next. Um, Let me just put semicolon. And we have the case else that we have the b. So that will just be when current is not, let me just current dot next is equal to b. Um, so this dot next. Okay, so I'm gonna go outside the if else and but still inside the while, and I'm just gonna pass the next to the current. So current will be current dot next. Um, okay. Mm, okay, so now current dot next could be or A or B. Um, yeah, only those two. So current dot next equals to A. Let me just say or B. Um, okay, so I have to return this. Okay, let me just return the no dot next. Um, let me just check. So first, I'm checking here if it's equal to if it has any elements, and then if it does, it puts here the a and b variables, and we shift the first element. Then we call the merge, and we push to the merge constant. Uh, okay. Mm, let me just check. Okay. Oh, and do I have to also check for the test cases, or is okay just like that?
I don't know.
Okay, let me just try this again. Okay, it works. Um, it has 56. Okay, it's not that bad. Let me see. Okay, maybe there is a better solution, but okay, that's what I have for now. Let me just go back to the questions. Oh, mm,
The next one?
what's the next question?
Okay. Have you ever worked with Retina Graphics? If so, when and what techniques did you use?
No, honestly, I haven't worked with Retina Graphics, so I should read more about that. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Okay. Well, the next one is, have you played around with new CSX Flexbox or grid specs?
Oh, yeah, yes, sure. Yes, I have some experience with that. I'm gonna start talking about Flexbox first. So the flexible box module is usually referred as Flexbox and was designed as a one-dimensional layout model and as a method that could offer a space distribution between items in an interface and really powerful alignment capabilities. So when we describe Flexbox as being one-dimensional layout, we are describing the fact that Flexbox deals with the layout in one dimension at a time. So either you can have a row or as a column. And in the case of CSS Grid, the layout module offers also a grid-based layout system with rows and columns, and making it easier to design web pages without having to use floats or positioning. So that's the great thing about it. And the difference between Flexbox and Grid is that in Flexbox, we only have a one-dimensional layout system, like, yeah, just one-dimensional, and in Grid is a two-dimensional layout system. Um,
Okay. Okay. And then what are the advantages and disadvantages of using Ajax?
Okay, some of the many benefits of using Ajax in web-based applications include, for example, that you can improve your user experience. You have asynchronous processing. You can reduce the server hits and network load. You also have platform and architecture that are neutral. You have multi-browser support and I don't know, faster page renders and improved response time. But for the downside of using Ajax, like the major drawback is its massive usage and dependency on JavaScript. So it should be noted that JavaScript is implemented differently for various browsers. So like browsers like Internet Explorer, Netscape, Mozilla, and so on. And that becomes a constraint, especially when you need to make Ajax work across all browsers. That's it.
Okay. Okay, well, the next one is explain why the following doesn't work as an IIFE. What needs to be changed to properly make it an ISFE?
You mean this, the function full and parentheses and that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. So the that code doesn't work as an IFI because it is a function declaration. So it does invoke immediately due to its parentheses at the end. But there are downsides to using that approach. So for that code to be considered an IFI, it needs to be an anonymous function, so a function without a name. And this is because IFIs need to be invoked immediately without invoking it as a function name. So we also need to grab the anonymous function with parentheses. So the JavaScript parser treats the anonymous function as a function expression. So for example, it will be, can I write somewhere? It will be like function, um, oh, sorry. Uh, it will be like having function like that and then calling the parentheses and then you have the brackets um, and then lastly the parentheses again and then the semicolon. It will be like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, the next one. What is React?
Yay! I like that one. Okay, so um, it's a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. So that is in short word what it is. I can talk about the benefits. So React offers like graceful solutions to some of the front end programming issues. It allows you to build dynamic and interactive web apps with ease, and it's fast, it's scalable, it's flexible, it's powerful, and it has a robust developer community that is rapidly growing. And I think there's never been a better time to learn React than today. So I really pro React.
Okay. Well, the next one is what is a pure functional component?
um,
What
okay.
are
What are
pure functional components?
okay, well, a React component is considered pure when it renders the same output for the states and the props. For class components, React provides the pure component base class. Um, so in the case of class components, that extend the React.pure component class, and they are using that, they are treated as pure components. So that's what it is.
Okay. The next one is from Ruby, and how would you create getters and setters methods in Ruby?
Uh, Well, okay, I didn't. I don't know about the Ruby's one. I only prepare myself for the JavaScript and React parts. So I don't know if you wanna skip the Ruby and Rails. If I can.
Okay. Well, and then well, the last one is system design. How would you design a photo sharing app?
Oh, okay, okay. Um, well, what I will do will be like I will build the backend with Rails and the front end with React. But um, honestly, I will have to read like a guide of how to implement that because that's how I build the things. I always look for guidance in Google before like um, before like building something. I have to mm, see the steps.
Okay. Okay. That was the last one, right?
Yeah, let me stop the recording. Um,